All right, let's take a look at my new Eve environment. If you go to eveng.net, you'll see it says EveNG Professional Edition, but there is a freely available Community Edition. Let's find that on here. Rolling down. The Pro, I believe, requires a license that you have to purchase. Let's go to Downloads. Okay, it says Professional. Here's Community. So Community Edition version 5.0.1-19 has been ready to go since late February of this year. And here's my new Eve environment, and you can see it is 5.0.1-19 Community. You log in with admin. Eve is the default password. I usually leave it on native console. And here's what you are presented with. I'm going to give it a new folder name, My Labs. Add the folder. Click on the folder, and I think this is what contains the actual labs. I'm going to click on Add a New Lab, and I'm going to call it My Lab Environment. You can see that I previously did that. The name was cached in a browser setting. I had deleted it so I could show the default new environment. So I'm going to click Save here. Then it takes you to this new lab environment with an empty screen. If you float over here to add an object and then click on it, you can say add a node, and it shows you a whole list of all the different vendor options for adding virtual nodes from these different vendors. All right. You'll notice that they're all gray colored. They're ghosted out. Until you get down to virtual PC, you can see that it is the color blue. That's the only thing that comes inside of Eve Community is this virtual PC. If you click on that, it'll ask you, do you want to add one node or more? And then you could actually give it a name. If you just take the defaults, it'll only add one node with the name VPC, Virtual PC. And there you go. There it is right there. And if you right click on it and say start, it starts it up. You get a few messages over here that it started up. Click on it. It'll open up that virtual PC. All right. Then there's a few options that you can see inside of here. Shows the IP address, the IPv6 link local address. Type exit. Or maybe there's no way of exiting out of it. I can't remember. Quit. Maybe quit. Yeah, goes away. And there it is. It actually looks like it shut it down too. Let me see that again. Did I actually shut that down? VPC is started. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, let's click on it. Start. Looks like it's having trouble. Okay, let me do that again. I'm going to hit quit. I got it to start back up, and I'll show you what I did to fix that. I'm going to hit type quit. And yeah, quit actually quits the terminal window and shuts it down. So what I did was I couldn't start it back up. Watch this. I'm going to try to start it back up and see if it does. No, it's not. If you ever get that problem, I learned something a while back. Try to stop it, close the lab, go back here to this main screen where it says System, stop all nodes. I'll do that a couple times just to make sure. Stop all nodes. Go back into your lab environment. Just click My Lab Environment. Open. It kind of gives you a little view of your topology here. We only have one node in there. So click Open right here. Now right click and start. And it is still not starting. That's interesting. Let's stop it again. It shouldn't be this hard, but sometimes you have these problems. Close the lab. Show system status. Show system status. Okay, this just shows the CPU load and memory and disk used. So main screen, management, system logs, show system status. Thought there was a place to see all the nodes. It doesn't say any nodes are running. Go back to the main screen. Okay, go into your actual folder there. I thought there was a place to see all the nodes. I can't remember how to do that. Okay, let's just stop all the nodes again. Do it a couple times. Go back in here, open, try to start that node again. There we go, it started. So sometimes you'll have those problems, all right? If you want to add more nodes, add an object, node, we already showed this. In order to be able to add these vendor nodes, you have to add the vendor operating system. Okay, I usually do that in the underlying Unix environment or Linux environment, and there are some how-tos on EveNG's website. So go back over here to eveng.net, downloads, and not in downloads, excuse me, documentation. Go to documentation and how-to videos. Hit that drop-down arrow. There's a lot of how-to videos in here. That's not what I'm looking for. How to create images. There we go. How to create images. Hit that drop-down arrow and look at that. All these different vendors. I'll blow that up so you can see it better. All these different vendors. I'm going to be immediately interested in Juniper because I want to load some Juniper operating systems in my lab. I want to load VMX and VQFX. So let's click VMX. And they start to tell you here what you need to do. This guide is based on a certain version 17.1R1. This how-to is tested for various versions. So they actually tested this process with all these different versions. And so here is the Linux command line stuff that you've got to do. You've got to access your EveNG command line. So when you log into your EveNG command line, it's going to look something like this. All right, you'll SSH to it and start doing those steps that were on that previous instruction page right here. You'll go through these steps, okay? I'll show another video on how I load VMX and subsequently VQFX also. That's pretty much all I got for this one on a quick intro to my new Eve environment and starting up a lab and things like that. All right, bye-bye.